everyone, it's Alexis for Project Management Made Simple. In this video, I'm going to answer the question, how do you create a project charter? So when we think of a project charter, we're thinking about a document that formally acknowledges the existence of the project and also authorizes the project manager to apply resources to this project. So a project charter is a big deal. There's a lot that goes into it. It is more so a 10,000-foot view of the project, but in any case, it's important to have a project charter when you're going into any project so that you can have the conversation around what are the expectations for this project. So as an input to the project charter, we have our business case, which really goes into detail around why did this project get undertaken in the first place. We want to talk about the high-level requirements. So if I'm working on a software project and I'm automating a sales process, then I want to understand what are those high-level features that are expected as a result of this project to fulfill the project objectives. So the exercise of creating a project charter, what does this actually look like? It looks like speaking with your various stakeholders, whether that's using surveys, whether that's having workshops, whether that's having a variety of meetings depending on which stakeholders you're talking to, and ultimately working collaboratively to get a consistent understanding of the goals for the project, what we're doing, the requirements, like I said, the description, the overall project risk. Again, this is a 10,000-foot view of your project, and so you want to have these conversations with your various stakeholders so that when you go into your next step of having a project kickoff meeting, none of the information should be a surprise, right? It should all pretty much be information that comes from your project charter. So at this point, we also perhaps are talking about a high-level timeline and the implications to not meeting that timeline. So again, going back to my example, if we're automating a sales process, and let's say for instance, they're currently using some type of platform that is not going to have some technology that's not going to be supported any longer within a certain time frame. Well, that's going to be a key thing to call out in your project charter so that when you're going along in the project, when you're establishing the detailed schedule, that's something that you can keep in mind, that implication of if you don't hit the milestones that you set forth, then there could be serious implications to your customer who's now going to have a platform using some technology that's obsolete. An example of this is Flash. I can't remember when Flash exactly went obsolete or is no longer supported, but there's definitely been instances where some platform is using Flash as a primary means of technology, and once that was expired, once it was no longer supported, it caused a lot of issues for those companies and those platforms that did not do their upgrades in time. So that is a good example, real world example of how your project can have an implication on if it's not done on time, if it's not done within budget, if it's not done, per the scope that's required. And so this is going to be different depending on the nature of the project, and this is why it's important to have this project charter conversation before you start any project. Now, once you have your project charter created, you do want to ensure that you have that final sign off by your project sponsor. Your project sponsor is the person who's paying for the project. So it's important that they have a good understanding of what this project is about and sign off on this document as a way to say, yes, I agree with this, go ahead and move forward. This was a video answering the question, how do you create a project charter? If you found this video helpful, please do give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to leave any questions below in the comments, and I will talk to you all in my next video.